Hello, Westford. This week, something different. We bring you expert commentary on Amazon's purchase of Whole Foods and the potential impact on Market Basket. In other news, Marilyn Frank was named an unsung heroine, and we tell you about a training session firefighters had with Pan Am Railways. I'm Ira Keltz, and it's time for WestfordCAT News. Deputy Fire Chief Dan Britko recapped a training session that took place between Pan Am Railways and the Westford Fire Department in April and May. Pan Am Railways is the Billerica-based freight transportation company that owns the tracks. Britko said Pan Am brought out a locomotive, a tank car, and a box car and staged a mock drill in Graniteville.
In the May operation, we had Pan Am brought out one of their locomotives, a tank car which would normally carry either propane or oil. In this case, it would have carried oil, and a box car which can carry different commodities. And the intent of the drill was it was actually twofold. We kind of responded to the area for an unknown odor, and we happened to come upon a train that was idling on the tracks.
So this was a mock drill. It didn't really happen.
Correct.
And this was in Graniteville, correct?
Yes, at the end of 2nd Street. It was a nice spot for us to have easy access to the tracks. So the drill entailed the crews actually going on their full personal protective equipment and air packs to investigate an unknown odor around the train. And what they ended up finding was the conductor was unconscious in the cab of the locomotive.
So that was a surprise. You didn't know that was going to be part of the drill?
Well, I knew it was part of the drill because I set the drill up, but the crews did not.
They did not.
They did not. So we tried to make it obviously as realistic as possible. So now they were faced with extricating this conductor out of the cab of the locomotive, yet taking all safety precautions for their own health. And we were able to slide him down the ladder to more crew that were on the ground, and then they took the whole basket and placed him on the stretcher and brought him over to the ambulance.
Find out more information about the training session on the WestfordCatNews.org website. Former teacher and current member of the Community Preservation Committee, Marilyn Frank, was named an unsung heroine by the Massachusetts Commission on the Status of Women. Frank was one of 118 women from across the state to be honored this year. The women are nominated by state legislators in recognition of their valuable behind-the-scenes community contributions. Frank has been a conservation commissioner for 17 years and serves as the vice chairman of Westford Democrats. In fact, she's chaired 15 political campaigns in town over the years and has worked in the town's clerk's office for 9 years. She taught for 29 years in Westford as a kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade teacher. She was also Westford's first health education coordinator and brought human sexuality, substance abuse education, and CPR to Westford's K-12 schools. This curriculum is still taught in Westford to all students. Visit our newsletter at WestfordCatNews.org to see more of Frank's extensive biography. Her contributions to Westford surely make her an unsung heroine. Frank joins the most recent past heroines from Westford, including Ellen Hardy, Leslie Thomas, and Helena Mickey Crocker. In case you're wondering what's going on at Plain Road and Carolina Lane, National Grid and New England utility constructors are upgrading the infrastructure. Residents living between 57 and 113 Plain Road and between 1 and 9 Carolina Lane will be contacted when it's time to connect your gas service to the new natural gas main. The anticipated construction completion date is August 15th, according to a National Grid notice. If you have questions about the project, you can call National Grid at 781-907-3804. The exterior of the Cameron Senior Center is getting freshened up. The building will remain gray and white, according to Director Jennifer Claro, who said the project will cost $37,000. The 1871 building was originally called District Number 3 School. It was enlarged in 1908 and was named for Allen Cameron, an executive of the Abbott Worsted Mill. By the way, the historical information comes from the Westford Gazetteer, a history of Westford, Massachusetts in its place names, by Robert W. Oliphant, a member of the town's Historical Society. When Amazon announced on June 16th it was buying the Whole Foods grocery store chain for almost $14 billion, industry observers speculated on how supermarket shopping might be transformed. With the Westford market basket only a stone's throw from Whole Foods on Route 110, retail consultant Howard Davidowitz of New York reflected on how the Demoulas market basket chain might be affected. Viewers remember that Demoulas underwent a 6-week work stoppage in 2014 that ended with Arthur T. Demoulas taking on $1.6 billion in debt to buy out his family members. Here's Davidowitz.
Well, I think it's going to impact everybody in the food business in a negative way, and yet that was reflected. If you looked at what happened when the deal was announced, everybody's stock price in the food business collapsed, by the way, all over the world. In the United States, the largest food retailer, traditional Kroger, was down significantly. Everybody, Walmart, everybody in the food business was hit because the analysis was that there's no doubt that Amazon, and I happen to agree with this, will turn Whole Food into a much more powerful competitor. No one is better at delivering in the world than Amazon. The food business is becoming more delivery oriented. Amazon is known for very sharp pricing, and I believe they'll sharpen up the prices of Whole Food, and that will make Whole Food much more competitive. In addition, the companies that are going to be in the most trouble, I think, are those burdened with a lot of debt. That's been true. If you look at the last 30 retail bankruptcies, most of them have been bankruptcies with leveraged buyout in very, very high debt. Those are the companies that can't invest in their business, invest in pricing, sharper pricing. Debt is very bad in retail historically because it's a business where there's volatile earnings, high competition, and you have to continue to invest in new technology, delivery systems, pickup, and everything else. So I would say if you got a lot of debt, that's very dangerous. It inhibits you from investing.
Demoulas executive Joe Schmidt responded to a call but declined immediate comment. WestfordCAT will bring you an update as soon as we hear back from him. Here's the latest news from Town Hall.
Hi, I'm Jody Ross, Town Manager, and I'm here with Tim Whitcomb, our Operations Supervisor of our Combined Dispatch Center, and Eric Heidemann, our Assistant Town Manager. So, where are we standing? Tim, can you tell us where we're standing?
A lot of work going on, as you can see. They've been putting up the walls, and there's people in and out, and lots of stuff going on. Got a ways to go, but things are looking pretty good.
So this is where our police and fire department dispatches will be located, and when are we due to open, Tim?
Currently on the timeline, some point in August.
Okay, and so it'll all happen here. We'll have 4 different stations, and then we'll have an office for the supervisor, Tim, and we will have a much more efficient 911 system in the town. We are going to town meeting on July 10th because we do need an additional appropriation, and we urge you to come to the Abbott School at 7:30 p.m. on August 10th to help us finish this very important project. So thank you, Tim.
You're welcome, thanks.
A few other things to tell you about. We have 3 requests for proposals out, one for the 12 North Main Street Mill, one for the town farm, and one for the Rodenbush buildings to lease to a community center. Eric, do you want to tell us a little bit about where the 3 of those projects are?
Sure. The 12 North Main RFP is currently going to be getting extended for about another month. We expect to have responses back the end of July, and the task force that's formed for that group will be reviewing proposals to see what we get back. So we're really looking forward to that. The town farm disposition, we did receive one proposal on that from Mule Development Corporation. We did review it. We had some questions as a review group, and we're looking for some more information back, and we'll hopefully be making a recommendation to the Board of Selectmen soon. And lastly, it was the
Road and Bush.
So we did receive only one proposal back for the lease of the Road and Bush buildings. There was which included the old NAB, the Frost, and the Road and Bush Community Center building. It was from the Road and Bush Community Center, Inc., and we are in the process as a review group to evaluate that proposal and make a recommendation to the Board of Selectmen as well, which we hope to do on July 11th.
Awesome. Thank you for telling us about that. Another thing I want to mention is we did have our strategic planning retreat at Kimball Farm. We had 268 people attend. It was a great night, and so please join us next year at that event if you can. Other exciting news is we received a $250,000 Green Community Grant for being a green community, and we have to thank Eric Heidemann and the Energy Committee for all of their efforts on putting that application together. We replaced lights with LED lights and other energy efficiency projects. Lastly, we have another town meeting scheduled for October 16th. That's our fall town meeting, and the warrant is open and citizen petition articles are due to the selectmen by September 12th at noon. So please join us on July 10th at the Abbott School, 7:30 p.m. for a very important town meeting. We also have a request for a Massachusetts School Building Association grant funding for the Abbott School replacement, and that paperwork is also due in July, so that will be on the warrant. We are mailing the postcards to your homes this week. Have a wonderful, safe, happy July 4th. Thank you.
Tucked away in Cornerstone Square, you'll find Aviva Cucina, a regional Italian restaurant with an open kitchen design and scratch-made dishes. Aviva Cucina's first location opened here in Westford 4 years ago, their second location in Beverly in February, and a third location will be coming this fall in Marlborough. I met executive chef Brandon Welch, who started at Aviva Cucina in the beginning, where he was salad cook, moved up to sauté cook, kitchen supervisor, sous chef, and soon will be taking on a global culinary role throughout all 3 restaurants. Brandon took me to the back of the house to show us how he makes one of their signature La Montanera pizzas.
Hi, welcome to Aviva Cucina. My name is Brandon Welch. I'm the executive chef here in Westford, Mass. Today we're going to be doing a really interesting style of pizza. It's called a Montanara Margherita. So a Montanara is a flash fried crust. So the first step to making that pizza is to stretch out the dough. So our dough here is made with flour, water, yeast, and salt. It uses a very interesting flour. It's called 00 Caputo flour. Caputo is a company that has been in business since 1924, I believe, and they just make a really high quality, fine grained flour that's perfect for Neapolitan style pizzas. So once you get the dough stretched out to kind of where you'd like to see it, the next step to make a really good fried pizza is to dock it with some nice big holes. And you lift it up, stretch it out a little, and those are the holes that you're really looking for, and that's going to make a nice fluffy pizza. So the next step that we're going to do is take it over the fryer and flash fry. So we start with a 400-degree fryer, and then the technique is to really, once it goes in, to get the thing spinning, and that'll give you a nice round shape. So the pizza slides in, and you just start working it. Give it a nice spin. And it's really only going in for about 45 seconds to a minute and 15 seconds, just to get a nice base cook on it, and then it finishes up in the pizza oven. There we go. So the next step after the pizza is flash fried is to top. So for a margarita, use a tomato sauce base. So we make this pizza sauce every single day. It's San Marzano tomatoes, salt and pepper, a little roasted garlic. We keep it very simple, let the flavors kind of speak for themselves. So once you get the tomato sauce down, the next step is some fresh basil. Just tear it up a little bit. One interesting thing about basil that we found is if you put it on the pizza with the shiny side up, it's a little less likely to burn. Don't really know why it happens, but it definitely helps. The basil on the pizza, and now we have fresh mozzarella that we also make every single day in-house. So tear that up, spread it around, and then that's it. We are ready for the oven. So now that it's all fried and topped, it's ready for the oven. And so we load it into these Montanara pans, and then just load it right on in. All right, so we're all out of the oven. The last step is garnish. So we garnish it with a little Pecorino Romano. It's a sheep's milk cheese. And then you slice it up. So there it is, our Margarita Montanara.
Stay tuned to WestfordCAT for more local chef-inspired dishes on Back of the House. For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stalker.
Here's Rekha Sharma with this week's health tip.
Hi everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma, your Ayurveda practitioner, back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Ayurveda is a traditional system of healing from India, focusing on the oneness of mind, body and spirit. Today I'm going to talk about raisins. Raisins helps to balance the air and fire component of the body. They are natural coolant and calm the mind. Raisins are also very good for vision. It helps in easy bowel movement. Raisin help with respiratory tract and digestive disorders, thereby improves the overall health. If you feel tired, soak 5 to 7 raisins overnight and drain water in the morning and eat. They can also be added to your fried rice, cakes and cookies. If you have any allergies, please contact your healthcare provider before consuming. I'll be back with a new health tip. Bye for now.
It's summer vacation time, Westford. Giuseppe is away, but we still have this week's weather, including that all-important July 4th forecast.
If you're looking for a cuddly, curious new friend this summer, consider adopting Janice Hoplin, a 1-year-old female lion's head lot mix rabbit who's looking for a loving home. Here's Lowell Humane Society volunteer Mary Rockwood with more.
Hi everybody, Mary Rockwood. I'm a volunteer here at the Lowell Humane Society, and I have an adorable little bunny called Janice Hoplin. She's a 1-year-old bunny rabbit. She was spayed on July 20th, so she's a spayed female. She is what they call kind of like a lion head because she's got that fun little mane on the top of her head. She came to us also on May 16th of this year. I guess she wasn't getting along with another bunny that the owner had, so they brought her here to us. And we've had her, and she's looking for a home to call her own. Kids, as far as having kids with the bunny, they say no, not a good idea. Cats and smalls, rabbits, no. Dogs, no. Needs a rabbit-savvy owner who knows how to take care of bunny rabbits. They do need a lot of stimulation. We usually use tubes, such as toilet tissue tubes, paper towel tubes that we fill with hay, little balls, even cat toys will work. They get rabbit pellets every day, and they will eat greens and carrots, and she is potty trained. She's just looking for a nice little home for somebody to come and love her and take care of her. So she's what they call a lion head lop mix. You can tell by the little mane on her head. And she's a very quiet, very happy little girl.
To learn more about Janice Hoplin or any of the other pets available now for adoption, or to find out how to donate, volunteer, foster a pet, or fill their wish list, go to lowellhumanesociety.org or visit them at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell. Call 978-452-7781. For Westford Cat, I'm Patty Stalker.
And now here's Westford Cat intern Katie Sawasik with this week's events. Katie's a rising junior at the University of Connecticut in stores.
Thanks, Ira. The town's beaches are open. Through August 25th, the residents are welcome to sunbathe Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Westford has two public beaches, Forge Pond off Pleasant Street and Edwards Beach off Edwards Ave. According to town manager Jody Ross, Board of Health employees test the water to make sure it's safe for swimming. They review the concession stands and inspect the food. For more information, visit westfordrec.com. Summer concerts on the Common begin Sunday, July 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. with performance by the Neshoba Valley Concert Band. Bring a lawn chair, blanket, and picnic dinner and enjoy the evening. And keep in mind that Family Fun Day at Edwards Beach takes place Saturday, July 8th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. These two events are also sponsored by the town's Recreation Department. Set sail on a thrilling, action-packed adventure about a crew of quirky pirates marooned on a desert island. With mutiny and high tide looming, they must rescue their salty captain and find a way to construct a ship before all hope is lost at sea. This is the setting for Tall Ships and Pirates Tales with the Science Tellers program at the J.V. Fletcher Library on Thursday, July 6th at 1 p.m. Call the library or stop by to purchase tickets at $2 each. The event is for ages 5 and up. Questions? Call 978-692-5555. I'm Katie Sawasik from Westford Cat News. Back to you, Ira.
And that's a wrap, Westford. We close with photos from the kids' summer video camp we offered at Westford Cat this past week.